the French President, Emmanuel Macron, who is presently addressing the media. Let's listen in to what he's got to say.
Humanitarily, militarily and economically, and we're doing everything so that this war doesn't spread globally. We've decided on concrete action together on the training of Ukrainian military and high-value segments, and together we want to prepare the coming weeks and months with a shared conviction is that we'll have to find an outcome to this conflict. We must place our Ukrainian friends in the best possible situation so they choose the moment of and the terms of the discussions that will have to be led. In the way we lead the operation, there's this resolve to build a lasting and acceptable peace in line with international law and the interests of the Ukrainian people. A year to the day in Versailles, there was a major European Council where we were defining the terms of European strategic autonomy, and during which we affirmed that Ukraine belonged to the European family. This strategic autonomy is also forged through a heightened need to build renewed ties with your countries. In terms of security and defense here, we've discussed at length here how to bolster over and above the Russian aggression in Ukraine, to strengthen our shared capabilities to work more on interoperability, operational, technical and human thinking, in particular of our resolve to work ambitiously on the future anti-ship missile, the future cruise missile, interoperability of our future systems, and in areas as different as mastery of the seabed or energy-directed weapons. And so the strengthening of these capabilities is key, and it's also that we wish to build, to think also the terms of tomorrow's European security, to have a genuine legal framework and capabilities for our anti-missile protection, and to build what will happen after the decisions taken on New Start. You'll have understood our commitment is to work now for our continent in order to develop a common strategy to strengthen our cooperation, do that in areas that are absolutely key for our countries. I'll just cite a few. Energy cooperation in this regard. This cooperation wasn't impacted by Brexit. It's bilateral, it's strong, it's the fruit of profound choices that you made of complementarity between models. Nuclear with Hinkley Point C and the most visible operationalization of cooperation in the sector. Size will see that we support fully, which will be an opportunity for new economic dynamism, and the resolve to continue this shared projects in civilian nuclear power and to strengthen our projects and cross investments. We saw that once more this morning in terms of renewable energy. You have expertise and capabilities that are significant, offshore wind notably, and to have coordination in our low-carbon hydrogen strategy. I believe I can say that our interests converge fully. Same commitment on the environmental front, with a shared ambition, accelerate our exit from fossil fuels, but also reform our international financial architecture, support against the fight of climate change, preparing the results of the summit to be held in Paris on the 23rd of June on the new financial pact, strengthen our joint commitments on defending biodiversity, and this through the various milestones in the year, the end-of-year COP, to finalize joint achievements. And in the fight against illegal immigration, we wish to make progress in lockstep. We're aware of the human issues and the extreme sensitivity of these issues. Together we're already acting, and I'd like to thank here both our ministers and all their teams who are working closely together. In 22, it's over 30,000 1,000 small boat crossings that we prevented. We've dismantled 55 networks of organized crime and made 500 arrests thanks to the work of the joint Franco-British intelligence cell. Last October, we agreed on a renewed, ambitious bilateral framework to continue to fight against illegal immigration. Today, we've decided to continue in that direction very operationally, concretely, and conscious of the shared nature of our responsibility. And in this respect, what we've decided is heightened coordination on our activities. New initiatives compels each of us, and we must act together in a fully shared framework, but also to be able to do this with all the Europeans who are concerned by the transit and crossings, and with some countries from which the traffic is organized. And in this regard, the Calais Group, that's a relevant forum for coordination, and both our ministers are working closely on that, and they'll be holding forthcoming meetings on that. But we'd also like to engage several countries of origin involved in the illegal trafficking networks. We've agreed on the need to heighten our intervention and surveillance capabilities, and we've also decided to strengthen multi-year funding to commit sums commensurate with the current need on both sides. And lastly, all the cooperation we've discussed today would be of not much use without concrete actions to strengthen ties between civil societies. We met with British and French businesses that are invested in decarbonisation issues. We're able to announce very tangible projects and demonstrate through example this complementarity, this resolve to move forward together. We also met with young Franco-British talents looking very promising, and they will be the players of our Entente Cordiale. It was vital that they should be part and parcel of this summit, and it's in that same spirit that we've committed to greater cooperation between our museum, our young, our athletes, our schools, notably with a commitment to facilitate school trips between our two countries. Those are some of the issues of this 36th Franco-British summit, but you'll have understood that it wasn't a summit like just any other, and that given what has happened these past few years, and that the time, the planet and the continent are living through, it's a summit of a renewed ambition, and before even more ambitious concrete achievements. Thank you, Prime Minister, for being in Paris today.
Monsieur le Président, Emmanuel, thank you for hosting us here today. Now, if we're honest, the relationship between our two countries has had its challenges in recent years. And I'm not just referring to France knocking England out of the World Cup, but I believe today's meeting does mark a new beginning, an entente renewed. We are looking to the future, a future that builds on all that we share, our history, our geography, our values, and a future that is far more ambitious about how we work together to improve the lives of the people that we serve. We've discussed every aspect of our crucial alliance today and made important progress in 3 areas in particular: illegal migration, energy, and security. Emmanuel and I share the same belief. Criminal gangs should not get to decide who comes to our countries. Within weeks of my coming into office, we agreed our largest ever small boats deal. And today we've taken our cooperation to an unprecedented level to tackle this shared challenge. We're announcing a new detention centre in northern France, a new command centre bringing our enforcement teams together in one place for the first time, and an extra 500 new officers patrolling French beaches, all underpinned by more drones and other surveillance technologies that will help ramp up the interception rate. And the legislation the UK has introduced this week supports this, because it's designed to break the business model of the criminal gangs and remove the pull factors bringing them to the Channel.